expect a little bit more from.
You know what? I think that's a fair standard to establish, but they are starting on the defending side. Now, whether they care about that or not, we're going to find out. Maybe aggression from the word go, as Kiko already going walkabouts. Prowler sent through, turret handled, and now it should, I say should, settle in.
I mean, this is the kind of start I expect straight away. Just taking map control and duels right off the bat. There's going to be a lot of contacting around the map for Team Liquid with this composition. Already B aggression, straight back into like a C aggression, it looks like.
I kind of love it. I love it. You know what I mean? In a map like this, where it's just not meant to be on your side. Heretics, this is a good position for them. It surprised us to see it coming through in the veto. Why not throw a little caution to the wind and try and pull out something? It's a best of 5. It's a different conversation now, but we are seeing that Heretics have seemingly chosen their goal. Now, I'm seeing someone go and walkabouts on the other side, so Panatek's position may become influential. For now, Kiko's in the right place.
That's a great read from Liquid.
Drop of the wall, and away we go. Doesn't get checked on, and you can't let this man go unchecked already. Does well, but it's Nats and Camo on the follow-up, leaving just 3 ends alive. It's Liquid to pick up the first.
And I know it doesn't really seem like the Reyna was like the reason why they run that round, but when you're locking in a Reyna, you're more likely to make plays like Kiko just did. Like, they've worked the map with aggression and then ended in a position where you usually wouldn't with a normal composition. So already, I think value coming out of the composition. And I think the beauty of playing something like this as well is that, like, they don't expect to win this map.
No.
And so, like, if you do, it's beautiful. But if you don't, you can just be like, oh, we played Reyna, who cares?
Yeah. It's all good. We start fresh on map 2. No sweat. But it does put all of the pressure on Heretics. And if we're being honest, I don't think they need much more pressure after that game against Vitality only hours ago. It's still got to be in their heads here. It can't be easy to recover from what was a real hiding. Now, we're going to say we want to keep this clean. Obviously, you want to see them building correctly. And I can't wait to see what happens in this one. How does Heretics handle this?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Heretics lose in the fashion that they did yesterday. Yes. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back. And a bit of a narrative around best of 5s as well for Heretics.
To say the least. And again, the context really does matter. It's not like Heretics are just bad at best of 5s, right? That sounds silly almost to say, but keep in mind, they were losing them in grand finals. These guys were doing the deep runs. They are one of the best teams. They've made it to this point. I think a lot of us are a little bit worried about their form coming into at least this kickoff tournament. Do we worry bigger picture? Probably not. But there is conversation of going from one of the most decorated teams. Oh, God, and Kiko. If he's going to be confident as well doing this sort of stuff, it's going to be a brutal day for Heretics in probably one of the most important games of the year thus far.
Left.
Yeah, I felt like for Team Liquid, the fans have been they've been dry of some hope for some time. So I think I'm kind of
Are you on board?
happy for the fans at least, and I guess the org.
I guess. But no, look, the most Liquid thing would be to make it to this point and then just fall short. You know what I mean? The ultimate Liquid heartbreak. But a perfect in-zone flawless here in round 2. Liquid tick in the box. We've got a clean round there, Mini. That's what we asked for.
Yeah, it's a great start. No problems in the economy at all. Like, even losing this round, they should be on for more. And defense of Lotus, we're not looking for too many rounds here. So,
God, why does this feel? It gives you that weird feeling, doesn't it? Sometimes you watch a game, you're like, they've broken out.
I'll be honest, this is a must-win map for Heretics. I'm not trusting the depth of their map pool right now. So I think this has to be a win.
A nice little attempt here. All that early util invested. But I like that Liquid are working behind this. They're utilizing the space that they fought for, right? Aggression is going to be the name of the game.
Pushing too.
They're not stopping. They are absolutely not stopping. Now, they're going to know about the turret. That's no surprise. But knowing its position is another factor. They can navigate around it. Boo could be caught out here, and they've opted to pull the trigger on that one. So away we go. Heretics' response is then to flood in towards C. You're looking at who's holding this on the back lines. You're going to have Panatek. He just needs to play that space, keep that secure, and they've done incredibly well. Kiko and Callow taking away Woot, and Benji leaving them down to just 2. And again, Panatek, just play your life, and he's done it perfectly. But a 1v2 for Rien's already damaged. 2 kills for him in this round, but can he find the last 2? Panatek is only on 8 HP, but he's getting all that attention. And look who's creeping. Nats converting the bonus here. Liquid smacking down Heretics. Heretics have got to wake up here, Mini. That is not the round that they should have been losing.
Yeah, that's not acceptable, to be quite honest with you. It's a bonus round. We know that Liquid are going to do something probably aggressive with this composition. We know they're going to be grouped up. To turn your back on an A main push, I think that, yeah, Heretics need to wake up, as you said.
I'm waiting to see the timeout. I don't think it's going to be this early. I think it's very obvious. If we've come to that conclusion, you gotta hope your players can as well. But for now, Liquid show them zero respect. They're running them down. And until you stop them, why would they stop? Now we get to see another test of this sort of area, and you're seeing the value to it. Boo, barely alive from the blender of just util. Now, on this side of things, it is going to be just Sheriffs, so you're looking at kind of min-maxing the reward, right? How much can they achieve here? What information can they get from this?
Yeah.
I'm finding it funny that Liquid have gone for 4A on their anti-eco as well. Like, how are Heretics supposed to read that they're doing 4A on an anti-eco as well as their bonus? So, again, the weirdness of this composition, Liquid have just rolling the dice basically.
Yeah.
And they're hitting sixes.
They certainly are. Heretic trying to play around the timing on that Prowler. He's seen at least one. Not sure if he's...
The reveal didn't hit him.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay,
Cheeky,
well,
cheeky.
My ult is ready.
so far,
Where are
still looking like they were trying to imply this C approach, but it looks like that pivot back towards B. But Nat's on the off angle. Beautiful for one. Doesn't need to stay around too long. He could potentially get away. I think he maybe could have shifted in towards that blue room side, but it's still Kiko there. They're fine with this. Farming with that Outlaw. There is still threat with these Sheriffs, but it doesn't look confident from Heretics. They're still trying to secure at least the plant here, which I think they're going to get with that C's coming in. Gives them a little bit of security, but Camo going to be controlled. Great shot from Rienz. Now into a fair 3v3. Well, as fair as it can be with these sort of weapons. Hello and goodbye. Liquid just flooding through the site. It's Boo left alive on 27 HP, and it doesn't matter. 4 back-to-back now for Liquid.
Just some Sheriffs for Heretics, so I'm not going to be too worried about that round. But off the back of 0 rounds already, you know what I mean? You got to convert some of these eco rounds at some point if it starts to get away from you. Again, Lotus, traditionally attack-sided map. 4 is already looking not too bad.
I'm waiting for an early timeout from Heretics. We were talking about it earlier on. I'm seeing it behind us as well. Heretics saying, nah, this isn't what we want. I want to see if it's Niels who's having a chat on this one. I do feel as though it is going to be coaching coming into this rather than IGL. Maybe Boo having a chat about it, but yeah, it's Weber leading the conversation as it stands.
I think strategically, though, there's not... Obviously, there's some ults coming online. We got the Fade ult and maybe Astra ult coming online soon. But to be honest with you, there's not much strategic you can say at this point. I think that the main points should have been covered in the pre-match before the game. Like, oh, they've ran... You know, the coaches get a bit of time when they've seen the agents to talk about...
So they should be able to check in on that.
Exactly. So at this point, we've lost one big round where they've pushed A. Like, there's not much to work with. So I think it'll be a bit of just like setting the tone for how we approach the rest of this half.
But early timeouts there's weight to it, right? There's that mental implication of it as well, that we're not controlling the situation. The pace is being dictated to us, and in this scenario, this should never be the case. It's only 4 rounds, right? Contextually, it's only 4 rounds. But you got to get a grip on it before it gets too far. What is the absolute maximum Liquid should get here if you're Heretics? Like, they've already got 4. You can't let them get much more.
I've never had to think about this composition specifically. But I think that if Heretics can't let them get more than 7.
No, wait, whoa. And Kiko, yeah, he's been punished on that. Nice work there. Lovely follow-up, much better. Handling the aggression and being willing to brawl. Using the utility early to clear that space, that contested area. They've got what they wanted finally.
Yeah, and that's when this composition looks like how it probably should do sometimes. You know, mostly dry jewels. The utility usage from Heretics is going to... It's an attack-sided map. If the util is used correctly, then Heretics should be in a fine position.
Should be, and we're seeing a lot of ults come through now as well for Heretics. You've already got Mini Boos, Rienz, and now Woots ready to go. Nats, calm down here. Why are they making this look doable? It's a 1v2. Kamek's still got that overheal. He's still got a little bit of time. He's seen Benji, but does he even know about Woot here? This post-plant is incredibly hard with the time being bought by that Astra. He's still giving it a good go, though, isn't he? He's covered it off. He's going for a little bit of a spray. Woot's got him across the line. It felt like that round was won in the early portion, though.
Yeah, it got a bit nervy towards the middle.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that I probably want to talk about is that yesterday I thought that Heretics had some good ideas on the maps of bidding and Vitality. But they didn't shoot. They looked like, I don't know if it's nerves, like back to the wall or what it is, but I know Vitality can shoot, like,
Yes.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But even in this instance here, I saw a few moments there, I'm like, Heretics would usually rip your head off for those moments. So
And
something to keep track of maybe over the course of this best of 5 is how are they feeling aim-wise?
Kamek feeling like he wants to be an instigator. Oh, oh Benji trying to be all pumped up from that last one, and Kiko's joined in as well. It's just bullying. And I thought they'd learned from that previous, the reward that they had from that great clear over towards Mound, but they just filter through towards B and think, ah, surely they're not going to go aggressive. Yes, they will. Liquid are absolutely bringing the heat here. Heretics are down a boo. This one's wrapped up as well.
Yeah, right off the back of me talking about aim, Kamek is just dry peeked into 4 people and won a duel.
Oh man, this is wild stuff. An in-zone flawless as a response to the only round that Heretics have posted so far. And now their money's going to be a bit crooked, really, isn't it? It's going to be you get maybe a half buy-in, but look at that. Oh.
Yeah, no, like, I don't think there was any util used from Heretics at all to even clear the space. Like, it's not looking great. Like, it should be quite simple against this composition. We just use the util, we use these prowlers to clear the space. Yep. Once we get it, we're chilling.
Oh god, mini boo. Oh, just about avoids the paint shot. Oh my god, everything's being thrown in. That was Camel with an ult as well. So mini boo somehow made it out alive. So again, that A-tempo control is here, but has Nax got the ult ready as well? I was wondering if he was going to pop that, but no. Maybe waiting for further contact, but now you're seeing that kind of swing over towards C. So Patatek's going to be calling out that they've at least had the Prowler here.
After that kind of aggression, you would usually see an attack side speed up things a little bit, but it looks like Heretics are a little bit, I don't know, on edge about what's happening right now.
And Kiko, hey, he's just slotted in behind where that Prowler just got positioned. He can be a fast flank on this as well. You've still got Camo on the angle. He's actually trying to commit towards Rubble. Now, do Heretics remember to re-clear this properly? Okay, so Kamek will give away his position, but they still don't know about the player at Rubble. And there's going to be the ult, the timing. He's fine to take contact because he's going to bring himself back from the dead. And now Camo can keep keeping that pressure up. This is ridiculous! Liquid looks so damn good like this!
Yeah, again, it's like the composition has like allowed them to play the game better.
Yeah,
like,
there's confidence, there's that like lack of pressure, like, hey, go take a fight. We'll just play behind you, we'll play you in.
Like even that early A main push, the first bonus round, like that is proper macro. That is good macro.
Good. Yes.
And it's like because they're playing these weird weird agents, sorry. It's like they got the confidence. Yeah, sorry. Not League of Legends here. No League of Legends. So yeah, I mean, I want to see this confidence on the more standard as well.
Isn't that the crazy concept? Obviously, you can see what the implication and effect of these sort of agents gives you, and how it's kind of loosened up Team Liquid a lot here. They're playing together, they're playing this kind of roaming style, but they're taking great map control, they're understanding the rotations well. Again, credit to Nats in this, because he's calling a great game, it looks like, too. Like, they're keeping everything in the right place. And you almost have the full hand for Heretics, right? Almost every ult, barring Benji's, is there, which they could get this round.
This needs to be converted. With these amount of ults on Heretics' side, like, we got to be looking at 6-2.
Right?
But Team Liquid are in a decent spot.
They're here
towards the A side of the map.
Now, you should lock down close. We're seeing util being invested. I don't think there's much to stop this ult, so they're going to respect it.
Yeah, Camo not deciding to use a nade to deny it, which is curious.
Okay, so first and foremost, we need that plant in. It's going to be there. Mini Boo with the ult on top as well. This one could be just to purely buy time and maintain space. It'll send it down in the end. But you're seeing where Liquid are now rotating through, going straight through stairs now. Another ult on top. They are putting everything into this round. This is 3 ultimates already just to secure this plant. And it still feels scary because Nats opens the account. Luckily, Rien's Mini Boo, Woot, all standing their ground, leaving just Kamek alive. And can he make a go of this one? No. So keeps a little bit of their cool here.
It looked like to me that Liquid understood that Heretics were going to use that Killjoy ult. They did the same. Heretics had the same idea with the Killjoy ult in the last Lotus game. I thought maybe they would have used the nade to deny it and be ready to flood in.
Yeah.
And Heretics a bit inefficient, I'd say, with the ult usage, I'd say. Maybe Mini Boo, even maybe a misclick, to be honest with you. I wasn't sure on that Raze ult on Heaven. But yeah, as we said, 6-2, that was kind of expected. Investing that many ults.
Yeah.
So now Heretics need to do that again, but without the ults.
Do it again, but in a harder situation.
Without 3 power ults.
Yeah, and they're big boy ults, right? These aren't, you know... Oh, Christ, Palitek, how did he not take a bit of damage from that? I do not know, but early implication on this C site. An attempt made and a show of force. More than one rifle was shooting then. So the response is already here. You've got 2 players trying to supplement and complement Palitek's hold. Prowler going to connect, so they know the position. Maybe looking to pivot here.
I think every time Heretics don't have any kind of control or information towards Rubble, it's Liquid are just reading them like a book, it seems. Liquid have always got numbers where Heretics are right now. I don't think Heretics are doing a good enough job of playing the map right now.
Again, this is a lot of Vandals heard. And you can see the kind of consideration from Liquid. This could still be a B finish, potentially. But already, Kamek coming across. They've got a little bit of stall here. It looks like it's going to be go time, but do you want to go through that? Not really. You can see the hesitation on Heretics. They're down to 35 seconds here. They're being stalled out, and I love what Palitek's doing. It's a bit naughty. But why not give it a go? You got bodies here now. You're not alone. And that's with a surprise on the drop of the smoke. He's right there. Boo gonna power forward. They do still check, but Palitek still wins. The numbers on their side, leaving just Boo. And Boo is not enough. Team Liquid absolutely locked in on this one.
I'll be honest, I don't know what Heretics are doing. They've got the default this round is go to mound and stand there for a minute and a half, and then CX into 3 people.
Seconds left.
Like this. I'll be honest, Heretics in their last Lotus game, they got away with some stuff because BBL weren't that good on defense, in my opinion.
Double timeout.
I mean, I don't know what they're doing.
I don't think they know either.
There's no pressure towards Rubble to create any question marks whatsoever. The defaults have been let's go to mound, and we've mostly just been standing there. Like,
this can't be a game that these two are happy with either, right? If you're Weber and Niels, you're watching your team fall short in what feels like a very obvious opponent, right? I think I want to give credit with how Liquid have been playing this. I think they've been playing it really, really well, right? It's unlocked a lot of the characteristics that we like about them, this kind of like very aggressive style that's working well, and that's with some great calling, but it feels like this should be able to be
This is Heretics' map pick, and Liquid are playing let's be real, a troll comp.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're 7-2 up.
Yeah.
And that's how we start a best of 5 here?
Yeah, it's worrying. Because like I said, we said earlier, that to me this should be a 1-0 for Heretics. And
I was going to kind of add on to that. I wanted it to be a strong showing from Heretics too, a show of strength.
Yeah, bouncing back.
Yep, like, hey, don't worry about, that previous game. Hey, it's Vitality. Just about everyone's had to lose to them at this point. So don't worry, we'll come back in here. It's only Liquid, and they've gone, oh, they brought out a Reyna. Oh, what's this?
We're going to contact into them without using util.
Love that idea.
Yep.
That's a great one. One of my favorites, actually. Crazy they've gone to my ranked game players' strats here for Heretics, but they're down to the Sheriffs. They've been, into that little kitchen drawer and brought out whatever they could, the odds and ends. And it ain't much to write home about. Yeah. What a confidence builder for Liquid too, but let's see. They can try and get it. Oh God, it's just a massacre. Kiko's gonna take down 2. A recoverable rifle maybe, but they're just being surrounded here. They are back to the wall. Val here.
Yeah, Woot's gonna have to do something massive with this Vandal. That's the only way out for Heretics here.
And I'm surprised it's not over onto Benji yet either. At least he's got a little bit of armor, but I guess screw it. Do what you can.
Would you prefer a Turkish aimer with 60 HP? Or
okay, don't be doing that to my boy Benji. Don't make me say it. They're just being bullied. They're just having all the util just lobbed at them in tree. They look scared. And I don't know what to make of this version of Heretics. It doesn't feel good.
Spike down A.
There's now Woot, the last one alive. Do you really want to go out with a whimper on this
seconds
one? 8-2, come on. It's looking likely. Spike, irrelevant to the outcome unless Wu does something unthinkable. I can't believe what we are witnessing.
Okay, Copium is, the timeout is probably for this round, because it was, you know, a pretty low buy round, so let's see what Weber had cooked up. He wasn't the one mostly speaking, I believe.
Yeah, looked like it.
So the last 2 rounds, if Heretics want a shot in this, they're gonna have to get these last 2.
And okay, you know, normally when this sort of thing happens, I go, oh, but don't worry, it's a best of 5, things change. There was a lot of weight on this map. This was meant to be a gimme. This was meant to be the easy walk in the park for Heretics, gets them right back on the rails, no problems. Ain't been the case.
Yeah, even Liquid, like, they prepped this for the week for a foot in the last game, it looks like.
Yeah.
But to prep this comp is is kind of crazy to me. The idea that they're just like having so much fun in practice, just running around with Reyna. It's just.
There.
I thought they were going to come out with something a bit more traditional, but I respect it.
Little high-low set up here. Prowler indicating the advancement. Oh, Kiko, you can't escape him. He's been having an absolutely belting tournament so far as well, and into this round, he's carrying that form on. They've taken away Miniboo. They've taken away Woot. That is a big blow to this, and Kamek in the off angle too does give away his position. They still can't clear him. Confident on the spray because the res is there regardless, so he's back in the action. Gets himself healed up, waits for the support, swings on in. It's Camo to close, and Liquid once again flawlessly, nearly, with the res, dealing with this. 9-2.
Yeah, I'm worried. It's, again, like, I want to go back to the aim thing. Like, they're not winning any opening engagements, it feels like, at all.
And look,
the team is stacked as Heretics. It's strange. Like, yesterday, again, like, his Vitality
you give him a
against
little
Team
bit of leeway.
Liquid.
Yep.
Like, this is a team where, sure, there's some great players. Kiko's been stepping up massively.
Yeah.
But I don't think the player depth is the same as, well, it shouldn't be the same as Heretics.
It shouldn't, right? This was the team that made it to the Champions Finals. This is the team that, you know, went the distance. We hold them to high standards because they've shown us what they can do. Right now, not seeing much of that. Here we go. Again, tempo change, pacey in towards B. But do you want to brawl right now when you can't even shoot back? Rien's is deleted. Kiko had nowhere to go, but he sets up Camo, trading out effectively, but now tipping. It's Wu to control the space. And they're just willing to fight here. They have the comp for it. Of course they will. And a quick TP out. Boo wants away.
Spike planted.
Decent post-plant options, but the flank here from Kamek, again, that's nasty. If Patitech can make a little bit of noise or distraction once his Astro ult goes down, we might not even need it.
It's all about timing, isn't it? Kamek, oh my god, he's just missed the timing on this. They both could be on the side. This is valuable information being relayed here. So Kamek closing in, the gap getting smaller, the map feeling smaller. They're both on the left-hand side here. Does Kamek clear? He gets dealt with. Nicely done by Boo, leaving Patitech in the 1v2. Not able to get it going. 3 rounds is all they get.
I don't believe what we're seeing, to be honest with you. Like, this ain't a 9-3 on a normal map either. This is 9-3 on defensive Lotus. That's scary.
It is petrifying. It truly is petrifying. I genuinely am stunned with what we've been seeing, but it's only map 1 here. And what a moment as well for young Patitech. But before we dive into the second half, let's check out what Patitech thinks about facing Team Heretics.
I think last year was, like, actually amazing. The Heretics boys gave me the chance, and I think personally me, I took it really in a way that I need to try hard and show them that I'm capable of, and that I'm capable of playing at their level, and that I wanted to basically have them as a team, right? So yeah, I think it was an amazing year. Unlucky that we didn't get a trophy. In Shanghai, they didn't get the trophy in Seoul, but I think this year, for them and for me, it will be a changed way. I can't really wait to play against Heretics because, as you know, I played with them, so it's gonna be nice to play against them.
And it is a curious factor, isn't it? The Palitek's career kind of got reignited with that run with Heretics. It put him back into the spotlight, people realizing how good he can be. Now sitting currently 9-3 up on the half. I don't want to say it's done, but for Liquid, they're now on the better side for them, I guess, for this composition, if you want to look at it that way. And they've got so many rounds to play with. What's the win condition here for Heretics? Give me something, Minnie. Is it just shooting back? Is it waking up? What is it?
We need to see them winning some opening engagements at the very least, because that has a huge indications on the rest of the series. Like if we're this, what do you want to call it, cold?
Let's say cold.
In the first map, that's not a great sign for a best of 5. And this isn't a warm-up map either. Again, this is Lotus, map that Heretics are traditionally not bad at. Liquid permaban until last game.
This could be a 2-0 start.
I don't love pointing out individuals, but Benji did not have a great time yesterday, and he's currently got 0 frags today. Like, we're going to need something from Benji.
And again, I'm a huge fan of what Benji was able to do, especially during, obviously, the strength of Heretics' previous performances, but
Caution here.
yeah, that is a horrible scoreline for him. But already, Liquid just going to try and lean in towards B. So far, so good, as Rienz does at least stop Kiko. We do have Benji now on the board. That's a 4v3.
Yeah, good contain from Heretics there, very mature. Looks like Liquid are going to go towards the A side of the map. It shouldn't be too difficult to maybe get a plant at the current state of the map.
Yeah, just going to be Woot, who's already sitting pretty deep. He's playing quite safe on this. Doesn't want to give them an opening, give it down to, you know, a 3v3 perhaps. So I like what Woot's doing here.
Yeah, disciplined. Happy to play for the retake right now.
Yeah, they've got the numbers. They've still got a nice bit of util. Rienz, I'm sure, will have that haunt back up as well by the time that they actually need it. Currently, he's over towards C.
Liquid not happy with the postman. They're going to make a play.
Don't know if that's necessary. I think that's a very indicative spot of a player, though, that they're kind of already posturing for this retake.
30 seconds
So
left.
don't need to overextend here. They feel as though they've got the safety on the site. You can really see the hesitation on it, though. Maybe an adjusted plant.
Spike planted.
Yeah, Nat's being smart with the open plant there. I mean, a little bit of time going to be down before the retake.
I'll find you.
The Hawk just used close here, so close corners of the site do get cleared, but I like what Kamek's up to.
Not ready yet.
Position could be huge in this one. Smoked off, tap on the spike. It does draw out a response, I imagine. And yeah, Kamek does really well from the corner and gets a follow-up. It's Benji to finally deny. But the back two players here, Palitek and Nat, can play off this plant so well. We've got a split on the door, split pressure, but they handle the front and now they can look to the back. Benji can do no more. They turn it around again. Double digits instantly for Team Liquid.
I'll be honest, that retake did not look like a grand finalists at champs level team.
Where's the cohesion? Where's anything? It feels so frayed.
Like they got the backside so quickly, that's ticked off, and then they just go off individually trying to find, well, they found Kamek and he's punished them for it.
I am a bit worried, because these aren't things that are just necessarily map specific either. This is like, you know, a
these are
strategic
just fundamental things.
That's a worry. That is a worry. And I do want to kind of talk bigger picture with you at some point. But right now, I mean, this game is an absolute heater. Because there is something to be said about teams coming off of maybe a very good year. Maybe not getting, obviously, let's say the first place results. But a very comprehensive year result-wise. You know, very deep runs in tournaments. And not always being able to then string that into the next year. A lot of teams have had that one-off year where they've done well. I'd say the caveat to that, there's a couple of teams who have managed to find repeatable success. And Fnatic was one of them. I'm a bit worried if this is Heretics so far. I'd love to see them wake up. I'm not going to be this, you know, doomsayer yet, but that's a good start for Benji there. But let's see if any more damage come through. I like that Rienz is here, though, able to capitalize on the drop weapon.
Yeah, Liquid playing it slow. Almost a little bit like how Heretics did in the other half, where it was like, mind control,
Yep.
then what? So not the most comfortable attack side calling maybe, but it'll be fine. They've got enough time to pivot away.
And again, this isn't a map where we've looked at Liquid with having great strength, you know, so there will be faults in this. It certainly will not be a flawed
30
map.
seconds left.
No, until yesterday, their veto was saying this is our worst map.
Yes, right, there was that heavy implication, and considering the composition we're seeing, I think that's a fair assessment. Now, why does no one check this? Why does no one ever check? Oh my god, Boo!
A.
That's a bit
I
naughty.
have this bite.
No one ever checks that spot, and it drives me mad. Okay, so Plant's going to come in, but they've made
10 seconds left.
a bit of a go at this one. Kiko's going to take a lot of damage, as does Patatek. Okay, maybe game back on here. Can they stick the landing? So far, no. Kiko kicks him off. And I like that position. It's cheeky, but he doesn't even need to do it. Liquid, even when it feels strenuous, still secure.
Yeah, Boo gave them a chance there in the pansy spot. I'm going to call that from now on.
Please don't.
Pansy.
Please don't. I don't think we need to do that because
Why
it's
not?
it's a nightmare. No one ever checks it. Drives me mental. But I just
Well, we need a name for it. That was the rule of Fnatic. If something happens to us, we get owned. You need to call it
okay.
No.
What spots are there on the maps?
tens.
Where was the tens
Shroud.
one?
Tens. There was a lot of tens.
There's, I'm not saying that. There's
He
quite a
owned us
few.
in quite a few spots, to be honest.
Where was the Shroud one?
Every time he's on a high box.
Yeah.
Because that clip in
yeah.
Counter-Strike.
Yep, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, what do we have from Liquid? 1-3-1. Working the map kind of, you know, semi-expected. This is a bonus, but they have some real firepower. Kiko's already up on the Vandal. We've got the Bulldog with Camo and the Guardian with Patatek on the other side. Full rifles, but
It needs to be quite clean from Heretics. The economy on edge.
I can't believe we're still saying that at 3 rounds for him. But it's true, it does need to be clean. Who's going to be watching this cross in? Oh, it's going to be real. Oh, Christ, Kiko! What are these shots? Like, I want that from his POV, you know what I mean? Like, what it's like to try and deal with someone peeking you like that. But now they're looking maybe to go for this C approach. There is 2 players in. Nice from Woot, good approach, but that smoke's going to dissipate. Still stunning from Woot! A quick reminder of that capability that feels that it's been absent. And there, the Heretics make it past the first hurdle here before it became unredeemable.
Yeah, the setup there was quite nice. The kind of Astra smoke. There's something I was talking about Astra before, is that you can actually play it very aggressively with the stars. You get into those smokes and play a bit Ratu, and Woot was playing that perfectly right there. I think Liquid, maybe a little bit of prep on Heretics, is that usually Heretics were leaving that B site completely open in their last match. So I was not surprised to Liquid to use that part of the map as part of the game plan potentially.
Let's start this party.
Like, even at the end, you saw there were still 2 people on C, despite, you know, B being wide open.
Early back and forth exchange for control
Bit
on
of
A.
fake on B just for this walkout.
How are you going to be clearing Boo here? You just going to wait on the drop of the smoke? Anybody's got to have seen this. That Paintrol's going to force them forward. Boo, though, is caught with a smoke in hand. Does deal with Patatek. Paranoia posted, but they're still quite close. Seas comes in. Boo trying to play his life. There's no real support on the way. He's left on his own. Rienz has fallen. Boo goes down next. And Liquid systematically dismantling Heretics, eyeing up that 12th round as Benji and Woot are far from the fight.
That seize from Nats was so quick. A camo satchel there to just push back Boo. He couldn't get anything off that paranoia.
God, if we see this synergy from Liquid throughout, I'm worried for Heretics' bigger picture too, but obviously they still have to finish this one. Look at these positions. Benji's going to have to be so clean with it. It's not a fun position to try and work back in on. Okay, Camo's already taken away his support. It's all on Benji, and it's too much to handle. It's 12 in the blink of an eye, and can you believe that it's Team Liquid getting there?
Even on that finisher, Camo's got 2 1v1s, and it just looks too easy for him.
It does. When did Heretics become like this? And I don't want it to sound like we're being completely disrespectful of what Liquid are doing. It's impressive how they're playing. But this is not the Heretics that make it to Champions Finals.
No.
Ah, Matt. Yep. Same, Niels.
I do, yeah.
You love
I mean,
a coach cam, don't you?
I feel for them, but
You've been there, man.
it's fun to watch.
Mini
The
fun
pure
becomes a viewer.
torture.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It is painful seeing this. All the prep, all the practice, all the work that you put in, and seeing it fall pretty short. Now we do have a stack of util on this site. Does it matter? No. Camo just blows up Woot, and the site is looking open. The confidence is sky high. But can Heretics hold on? So far, it's trading out and not in their favor. It's a problem. But Benji could be the cure. He could be the one to save them. He gets them too, leaving Mini Boo in a winnable situation. Not perfect, but doable. Oh, good key.
No respect.
Key. And why would they? Liquid have been in control. Heretics feeling like just a formality to the outcome. Camo to close, and Team Liquid in a surprise result at 13-4. Heretics have to be worried.